Hey, what's up guys? It's Spectrum back here with a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking finally about Fandome. Now you guys are probably like, oh, is Spectrum going to do a video? Is Spectrum going to actually talk about, DC and just everything that happened at Fandome? Why, yes I am. Finally getting around to it. The reason why I didn't was because I just wanted to have, the house to myself, and both of my, parents are at work right now, so I figured there's no better time than right now. But we're just gonna so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch the trailers. I think I'm gonna do it off camera, that way I don't get stricken for copyright or anything like that. I don't want to risk that, especially with how small my channel is and the success that I've seen in the past year and stuff like that. It's just I don't want that to go to waste. So yeah, let's get started with the first one here. We're gonna go ahead and just start. So I'll be back in a jiffy. Alright, just finished rewatching the Gotham Knights trailer, and just goosebumps every time, man. That trailer looks really good, right? Like it looks excellent, and then the showcase itself looks even better. Now at first, I thought it was canon to the Arkhamverse, but then I'm hearing that it's not canon, and then that originally turned me off, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna buy it if it's not canon to the Arkhamverse. But like rewatching the trailer, rewatching the showcase of gameplay and stuff, I'm really psyched for this game, and I can't pass it up. You've got Barbara, you've got Jason, you've got Damian, and you've got Dick. Obviously, you have the four surrogate children of Batman. You have the Bat family to fight with in the game. And it's up to 2-player co-op as far as we know. The gameplay on the showcase, it can be slightly refined, but in my opinion, it already looks better than, please don't hate me guys, I love 2018 Spider-Man, but it does already look better than that game in my opinion. The gameplay itself looks more interesting, especially with, each of the 4 Bat family members having different abilities and stuff like that. It just looks really engaging. It looks like it's gonna suck you up within the first 10 minutes, and then you're just gonna be hooked for the entire game. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about Gotham Knights. Let's move on to the next one. It's going to be Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Just got done rewatching the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League cinematic reveal trailer. This looks fun, you know what I mean? But it doesn't look... I don't think I'll like this one as much as I like Gotham Knights, or I will like Gotham Knights, but that's not to say that this game doesn't have something to offer. This is just a cinematic trailer. It's not really the gameplay showcase trailer or anything like that. It is, you open with, Harley just playing along with, some rocks and some pizza boxes and stuff like that with her hands, just being Harley Quinn. And then you have Amanda Waller telling her what her mission is and stuff like that. And then you have a little bit of banter between, Deadshot, King Shark, I believe that's his name, and then Harley and obviously, Captain Boomerang, stuff like that. And then, you get a little bit of them killing some goons and stuff like that as stylistically as possible. And then you finally see Superman, revealed to be under, I believe he's under Brainiac's control, which I think that's going to be a pretty interesting, thing to, deal with in the game. Like, it's going to be a very interesting piece of narrative, I think. And if they let you choose between being the Squad or the League, I think that would be pretty cool, too. Especially if you would beat the game as the Suicide Squad, and then at the end of it, once the Justice League is, back to normal being good again, then you can play as them for a secondary campaign. I think that would be really awesome, personally. And this is confirmed to be canon with the Arkhamverse, as far as I know. So there's that. Yeah, let's look at the next trailer here. Alright, we just finished watching the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. I bet it's weird to see. Just the pauses in between, I bet it's weird for you guys, but for me, I'm watching the trailers and stuff like that. Obviously it takes footage from the previous trailers that we've seen so far. But, yeah, no, we actually see, Steve come back, and he looks a little bit older, you know what I mean? A little bit of time has passed for him. I think the First World War was in, 1918, right? So, a long time ago. So, I'm really interested to see, how they explain Steve's age. Like, even though he looks like he's aged, like that's still what, like a 60, 70-year difference almost. So that'd be really interesting to see. And then obviously we see Barbara, and then we see Cheetah, which looks really really good, by the way. The CGI looks excellent in my opinion. Um, and obviously the Golden Eagle armor looks sick. All the action looks sick. Patty and Zach definitely killed this. I think Zach is still a producer. He produced on this movie as well as the first Wonder Woman, which I think is it's going to be really really awesome to see. Um, and I'm really excited for this. Like, when I first saw the trailer, Grace and I were still together. I cried and I squeezed her hand, and I squeezed it so hard that I accidentally hurt her. But I was just really pumped to see Wonder Woman come back because she is arguably my top four favorite superheroes of all time. Like, it really can't go either way between her, Superman, and Batman. And Goku. Like, Goku is number one. Sorry, DC lovers. I love DC just as much as you do, but Goku, he's helped me out a lot with some stuff. But regardless, I'm really excited for this one. Let's go on to the behind the scenes look at the Suicide Squad. Alright, just finished up with the exclusive sneak peek of the Suicide Squad. Before I get into it, I know there's a little bit of controversy surrounding James Gunn and everything like that. Whether or not those allegations come out to be true, that's irrelevant to me. I'm only going to support this movie for Margot, Viola Davis, Joel Kinnaman, Jai Courtney, Idris Elba, everyone who came back from the first Suicide Squad. That's the reason why I'm going to watch this movie, because I love the first Suicide Squad. But I need to see the Ayer cut 100%, because the actor being different and Steppenwolf actually being the main villain in Suicide Squad, that is how it should have been 110%. But I am excited for this movie, you know what I mean? And I know that there's a lot of people out there, even aside from the allegations and aside from the James Gunn controversy, who aren't excited for this movie, and that's fine, you know what I mean? You do what you want to do, you like what you want to like. I'm not here to tell you what to like and what not to like. I'm just here to tell you what I love, and I'm here to share my love of these things with people who love these same things. That's the entire reason behind my channel, behind my action figure reviews, behind my trailer reactions, behind this. Everything that I do is for people who are like-minded in those ways. Like I said, I'm pumped for this movie. The behind the scenes look surprised me. And obviously the roll call, I don't really want to do a reaction to that, though. Their costumes look amazing. Most of them look really, really good. And the ones who don't look good, I'm just going to boil that down to the comic designers not being, for the time, you know what I mean, whatever. I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to say what I like. And I like it enough to where I'm going to watch this movie. I think we're about to be on the final two. That's the Batman, and of course, you fucking know what it is. The Snyder Cut, bro. I believe, if I'm not missing anything, those are the last two things. There's the Black Adam thing, but like, it was just really concept art with the voiceovers, which is cool. I'm excited for Black Adam. Oh, not sure who caught this, but Dwayne actually inadvertently and directly announced that there's going to be a Justice League versus Justice Society of America movie. Laying it out there right now, I think Leo DiCaprio should be Dr. Fate, 110%. I think that's who should be Dr. Fate. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the Batman. Just finished watching the Batman trailer, and man, I know I'm excited for everything coming out of Fandome, but this and Snyder Cut and Gotham Knights are like top three, like interchangeable top three. First things first, I'm going to say the voice at the end. I 110% think that that's Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne talking to Robert Pattinson. I know, so out there, right? But think about it. This is multiverse canon. They originally wanted to do a younger and older Batman with flashback scenes with Ben and Robert. I think this would be the perfect way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need Ben to be in the movie. Just like the voiceover, it would be more than enough. You're a part of this too. How? You'll see. Maybe it's a prequel. Because Dick Grayson is dead in the main DCEU, so what if this is Dick Grayson from another universe that Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne has attached himself to because he's still not over the loss of his Dick Grayson? Huh? That would be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? But the entire trailer, this is 25% of the film filmed, so like 30 to 45 minutes. That's crazy. That is insane, dude. This movie's going to be all over the place. It's going to have a hell of a story to tell. This is year two Batman. And when I first saw the first look of Robert Pattinson in the Batsuit, I wasn't not a fan, but I wasn't a fan either. But this trailer and just the way that, Matt shoots his angles and stuff like that, very Snyder-like. Obviously, they're two different directors, but wow, I'm very, very excited for this movie. The trailer, the voice acting, just everything looks phenomenal. And I can just go on and on about it all day long. But before we get to the Snyder Cut, let's talk about the rest of DC Fandome. I loved almost the entire thing. There were a couple of panels where I just wasn't, into it. But the game, the actor games, like actor director games with Patty and Gal and stuff like that. Those were all really good. Obviously, Zach's panel was not the best one, but like one of the favorites of mine. The entire thing was a joy from beginning to end for the most part, and I'm really glad, that I watched every bit of it as much as I could. Onto the Snyder Cut trailer. Just finished the Snyder Cut trailer, and shout out to everyone in the DC community who fought for Zack, everyone who trashed on Zack and all of his movies and directly attacked Zack and Ben and Henry and everyone else. Fuck you. You don't deserve to call yourselves DC fans 110%. But despite your negatory efforts and your, spiteful lashing and your shutting down, we fucking did it, and in your face! There's so much to talk about in this trailer. First off, I know this is like one of the last parts of the trailer, but can we just talk about the Flash's glow up from what is brunch to talking about his observation of Darkseid, or I guess Uxas at this point, of Uxas and his, his Legion being the Flash, right? Like the semi-serious, semi-goofy Flash. Like we'll see the goofiness in the Snyder Cut, obviously. You know what I mean? Because there's 4 hours of footage. I'm sure we'll get at least 30 minutes of the Flash. And just the Speed Force scene, my friend brought up a really good theory that he was phasing through a bomb because of the phasing that we were seeing, which is a really good, theory, and I'm all for it, you know what I mean? But I still think it was the Speed Force regardless being shown. You have Victor Stone, I think, like, messing with his powers, controlling all the nuclear bombs and stuff like that. Obviously, Superman drank from the chalice and he was reborn. Hallelujah for that, my brothers. That rebirth flight scene. It's so earned at this point. That should have been in the original cut. Even Whedon, your taste is ass, my friend. You're not even worthy to be called my friend. This is what it's all about, dude. We did it. You know what I mean? And then Ben is going to come back for the Flash because of what we did, friends. Because of what we did. We campaigned for him to be back. We told him. He heard us loud and clear that we love him. I love Ben Affleck. He's my favorite actor of all time. He's my favorite Batman of all time. He's one of my favorite human beings of all time. Like, top 4. I love Ben. As much as I love Zack. Those two are my 2 favorite human beings. Even more than Sean and Akira Toriyama. But we did it. That hero shot was beautiful. Everything. No more fucking red screen saturation bullshit taking away from all the contrast and all the colors of the scene. No more! We're done with that. Whedon Cut, get the fuck out of here. You're done. This is going to become canon. I know that Whedon Cut is more canon according to Zack and what WB told him, but that's bullshit. They're doing that to save face, just like when Ben was like, hey, Jimmy Kimmel, I'm done being Batman. Let me announce it on your show as a fucking joke. And I believe, my theory behind Ben quitting is because, at the time, they weren't planning on the multiverse. Like, I think right after that happened, like 5 or 6 months after that happened, we saw Ezra meet Grant Gustin. But before that, they were like, well, if Robert is successful, we're going to use him to replace Ben Affleck's Batman. I think that's what their original plan was, and that's why Ben kind of stepped up and he was like, hey, I'm done. You know what I mean? But it was like, I guess WB was like, don't be all serious about it. I don't know. I think it was a trope to just throw people off the scent, to be honest. I don't think Ben was ever going to leave. I don't think that just. Because in interviews, now, I don't think that there are any of these on video, to my knowledge. But in interviews, Ben was like, oh, it's my marriage and the drinking, which is entirely understandable, you know, especially from the backlash and stuff like that. You guys know that I made a video about it. Congratulations, Batfleck haters, you win. Obviously, it got a couple of views, so some of you know about that. Um, but now looking back, I don't think he ever intended to quit. And then HBO Asia posted a Batfleck 5 ever tweet, which is pretty interesting. And then I saw a rumor the very same day, where it was like Ben Affleck was, basically contracted for 4 projects, which is fucking amazing to think about. I mean, 4 more projects with Ben Affleck would be phenomenal. That's all I need right there. I'll take that over a solo film any day of the week. Now, a solo film would be the best way, or a solo HBO series would be absolutely amazing. But regardless, Fandome, 2 thumbs up and then some. That was the event itself, and then the trailers, the reveals. Man, Darkseid CGI is unfinished, but it looks way better than MCU unfinished CGI. You just look at the behind the scenes footage of Endgame, or not the behind the scenes footage, the bonus scenes, the deleted scenes. Yeah, compare Darkseid to that. Also, Desaad was designed before Corvus Glaive was, so shut the fuck up about that. That's it. Spectrum's out. See you later. Peace.